What happened to you? You okay?
Had a little touch-up done.
Okay. Got excited after the Monday night game?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Very good. Thank you for asking.
It's probably for wearing the Virginia hat around all the time.
I know.
It's all right. Wow. I'm glad that you're okay, though.
I'm on the IR report this week. You are not.
Goodness. Let's knock on wood for that one. Still another day of practice left.
You talked about knocking off Rush last week. I mean, did you feel a big difference between Cardinals game and Rams game?
Yes. Just confidence. Just confidence in my body. Felt really good. And when you're confident in your health, there's a lot less to think about. And you just go out there and play football. And I think I'm good at playing football when I don't have to worry about other things. And so I had nothing to worry about, and I thought I was able to play at a high level.
Have you been keeping track of Jacksonville at all this season, just because CJ's on that team?
Yeah, he had a little quote today. I don't know. I already texted him about it. It was crazy. I was in the training room looking at Twitter, and I got tagged, and the reporter posted the video. Saw it instantly. So yeah, you can play every position. Can't play quarterback because you have this terrible arm. I was like, hey, thanks, CJ. You look like you're about as thick as a tight end. But I don't know. I can't wait to see him. But yeah, no, I've been keeping a tab on Jacksonville, and I'm always excited to, he got in a couple plays, almost threw a touchdown, but looking forward to seeing him. I get to trade jerseys with him this week.
Last week, you got an extra day to prepare. You were playing the Rams. You're back for kind of against while everyone was hating you.
Mm-hmm.
You were at home, and now you're, everyone's kind of, oh, good job, and you got to go across the country and play at 10 a.m. West Coast start against the Jags, who are not everyone views in the same light as the Rams. Anyway, long way to say there's a lot different about this week. How do you avoid a little bit of a mental lull, letdown?
We lost a lot already. We don't want to do that anymore. I don't think there's a lull in this team. I thought we had one of our best practices today, just energy-wise. I thought we were out there. We were running fast. We were being physical, which I think is the longer the season goes on. I think it's harder and harder to stay physical and try to get better while being physical. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is you try to be clean, release, not a lot of contact because you're sore. But the guys are out there hitting today. Guys are being physical in their routes. I mean, that's what you need to get better because this is a man-to-man team. They play a lot of it, and they're gonna hold. I'm gonna ask the refs, probably for some help, but you're not gonna get a lot out there. And so you got to be able to beat man-to-man coverage if you want to beat this team. And they are a good team. They really are. And like you said, there's no lull. There isn't. We lost already. We don't want to lose anymore, and we're in a good position. We still have a chance to be in control of our in control of our season. So we don't want to lose again. And I think the team came out this week and had a good week of practice.
Does your job change at all in terms of angles and such blocking when you're running out of the gun as opposed to running from behind center? Because you're almost exclusively gun running the other night.
Yes and no. It depends on the play. I mean, the difference of when we're doing a lot of the quarterback read stuff, very different than when we're just running outside zone, inside zone, gap scheme stuff. The timing's a little bit different, whether you toss it or you're doing the handoff from shotgun, but it might add 0.5 seconds to the time you have to block somebody. Angle-wise, not really. The one thing I love about the offense is Shanahan and McDaniels put a lot of pressure, and Bobby Turner put a lot of pressure on the running backs. Hey, you have to set up this block to get inside the C gap, to get inside the B gap, because if he just cuts in right away, I can't hold that block, or that's going to be a holding call. So, I'm doing my same thing every single time, and it's up to the running back to adjust.
Looking back at the Arizona game, you said you had some rest, but also the energy for Monday night seemed a little bit higher than it did for Arizona. Looking back at that now, would you say that's somewhat truthful?
I'll say that for myself. Yeah, I think, again, I was kind of in the Arizona game, just still it was my first game back, dealing with injury, and that definitely, it affects you because you're thinking about that more than you're thinking about football. And when you're thinking on a football field, you're not playing football. You're slower, you're a step behind, you're second-guessing yourself, and you can't play at a high level. And I think, like I said, I felt great Monday Night Football, feel great now, excited to continue the season moving forward because I can keep that energy going. I feel like if I can bring the energy every single week and I try to match Fred, I try to match Jimmy Ward, then our offense is going to keep bringing that energy.
When you look at the strides Deebo Samuel has made, is there a point where you saw a mental shift from him?
I go back to, I think one of the best things for our wide receiver room was Emmanuel Sanders. I can't say enough great things about Emmanuel. Just the mindset he brought every single day of working. He never got tired. He never took himself out of a game. He would block his tail off every single time. That mindset he brought, and I think Deebo learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from him, and I think if you didn't learn from him, then you had your head under a rock, because he's a hell of a football player who does everything right. And so I think that helped a lot. I know Deebo was dealing with some injuries last year. When you deal with injuries, it's hard just to get into a rhythm. It's hard to get into that mindset all the time. And I think Deebo I think he did a great offseason, came back looking great in camp. I think he's just been able to stay on the field repeatedly and just get better. And I think he just, used what, Coach Shanahan, Wes Welker, even Emmanuel from 2 years ago. I think he's just continuing to take small, consistent steps in the right direction.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, faithful, don't forget to click here and subscribe.